No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world. And the human race is filled with passion. Medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits. And make your life spectacular.
May simply state, or protocol highly observed. On to the motion under discussion, being, should youth be allowed to participate in the civic and political space? As the Prime Minister, it is my right to take the key words of the motion into their simplest form, quoting from the New Collins English Dictionary, begin of quotes, should, to announce that you are about to do or say something. Page 773, youth. Someone's youth is the period of their life before they are fully mature adults. Page 996, allow. If you allow something, you say it is alright, or let it happen. Page 24, participate. If you participate in an activity, you take part in it. Page 6, your rights. Civic, relating to a city or citizens. Page 4, page 147. May the good Samaritan do as wise. Without further ado, allow me to go on to my points. Page, innovation is a critical factor of development and youth are very dispute. Innovation is a very critical factor of development and youth are very dispute. Allow me to quote from an online extract, begin of quote. With targeted investment, Zambia's youth, the potential to be the innovators, creators, builders, and leaders of sustainable development. End of quotation. So we all understand that pollution is a challenge that we are all facing as a globe at large. And we should also understand this fact to say 71% of the aid is water, so whether we like it or not, we want to depend on water. And allow me to quote from this English saying which says, if we won't be killed by aliens, we'll be killed by poverty, hunger, and pollution at large. Yes, and I see a person who truly understood this motion came up with an oceanic plastic waste collector that would reduce the percentage of water pollution. This is evidence now that youth are very innovative and youth mean well for our beloved world. When we find the pillars of the house, this is a very important factor in every country's development. We need to give to the youth because they perform well in this field. Because it's a right, leadership has no regard for the age. This is why youth should definitely take part in civic and political space. Remember, leadership is not a position, it is something you are able to do for the community. Besides being an override, it is a sacrifice. We have people like Pastor Ndaka who are putting our country on the map, and they are sacrificing for Zambia. Not only people are Bible characters like David, Uzziah, and Manasseh who took leadership at a young age because they understood that it was their right. Having said that, allow me to quote from an online extract, beginning of quotation. External to this is the realization of young people's rights to participate in the political, economical, and social life of their communities and countries, and that to freely make informed choices regarding their bodies, sexual and reproduction, without discrimination. While I rest my case. Thank you.
My incompatible or quantitative quantumized socially, morally, and my political Gandmire. Therefore, I know, you have to know, that debate is all about motivation. Back before I go any further, allow me to pass my 10 degrees the following people, they order, or seniority, or predominance. And that's you, my champion basis. I bow to the judges, I speak the time adjudicator, I simply take the time to teach people time wasted is never a game, but due to time, allow me to take or show the vote that are highly observed. It is my duty to put the keywords into simplicity from the motion that states as I put. Should the youth be allowed to participate in civil political spaces in the articulation? And these are political civil spaces. Political, involving characteristics of politics or politicians. Civil, applying to ordinary citizens contrasted with the military. Spaces, and unlimited expense in
are not yet civic or political leadership. I think as a station you can bear with me. How can someone have the responsibility if not given a chance? All we need is a chance to prove what we are capable of doing. Prime Minister, clarify your point.
Says
Speaker X, if they use themselves, they are responsible, then why do they cause riots? Why do they cause riots? And I continue. According to career, youth should concentrate on their career because youth will bring rise and development to the country. My mother once told me, one master cannot serve two masters at once because if all the youth are involved into politics, who would fill in the gaps of managers, doctors, etc.? In my conclusion, I would say that even some projects led by the youth would make the leaders drop down out of power because the youth are too influential and whatever they want to be done shall be done. Hence, I believe what I believe, you believe what you believe. I believe that the youth should not be allowed to participate in civil political spaces. I repeat, the youth should not be allowed to participate in civil political spaces for their own selfish benefits. Hence, I rest my case. Even the House of debate in peace.
Popularity is not quality, but quality is popularity. Life is no longer about aspiration, but being an inspiration. And inspiration can only come about if we participate in the civic and political space. Affiliates of the session, members of the House, it would be unwise for the Vice President herself to start elaborating a point of order without passing over benedictions from prominent people in the House of Debate. The chairperson, sir, I salute you. Final qualified learning adjudicators, Alba, the ever-accurate chronometer master, so keep time ticking, because time is too precious to be wasted. Or may I simply say, or protocol indefinite scrutinization. The motion under me to analysis stipulates as articulate. Should the youth be given opportunity to participate in the civic and political space and no articulation? Dignified dignitaries of the session. It is of a right mind for a young person to propose to this motion. Why do I say so? Affiliates of the session, members of the House, most of the problems that Zambia is facing today are so centered at the young people. What am I trying to say? Affiliates of the session, most of the problems being unemployment, which is having the highest level in our country. Allow me to quote from an online extract, again of course. Published by Aaron O'Neill, April 2021, the statistics show that youth unemployment rate in Zambia from 1992 to 2020, according to the source of the ALO, estimated is 21.6%. So to us wise. Affiliates of the session, not only am I talking about unemployment,
on fire indeed, affiliates of the station. My current speaker here is trying to say that youths can cause trouble because they are not employed. Why do you think they cannot cause trouble if they are allowed to participate in the civic and political spaces? May the speaker please clarify the point.
It is truly of a primitive mind for a person to misquote what has been stated. Affiliates of the session, my point is, young people are unemployed because they are not being given an opportunity to take part in the elections and political space. I thought I had. Not granted. Teenage pregnancy, early marriages, sexual abuse, and drug abuse. Affiliates of the session, members of the House, these are the problems that Zambia is facing. These problems are not presenting themselves in a simple way, but they are presenting themselves in a very complex manner, hence needing not only solutions, but practical, scientifically proven, and socially acceptable solutions. And such solutions can only be provided by the young people because they are the ones facing these problems. Show that I'm a girl who is gospel truth. Allow me to quote from an online extract. Beginning of quote. The good news is that young people are not the problem as it is often thought, but the fact they are the solution. May the good tomorrow to us. Why? Affiliates of this session, members of the House, if you want to ask someone who's fully satisfied what they want to eat, they'll definitely tell you what they want to eat, not what they think they want to eat. Dignified dignitaries of the session, being a proud member here, allow me to quote one of the global proverbs that says, hence the young people being in the perfect and right position to take part in the civic and political space. I beg to proceed.
Serious point of objection. Members of the House, my current speaker is saying that youths are not as Young and Talented, came up with this. We are a good example to everyone out there. So please clarify.
Exactly my point. Young and Talented is an organization based on what they do, taking part in the civic and political space by disseminating information through such a debate. Affiliates of the session, I beg to continue. Chief administrators of the judiciary, we need to understand that young people are the chief or technically the people driving the electoral process. What I mean, legal democracy calls for equal participation and equal participation. What I mean, every person is required to take part in the civic and political space. Dignified affiliates of the session, if you're wise enough, you can come to the realization that Zambia is using the single-member majoritarian system, which requires for a person to be elected as leader or rather president to have 50 plus 1 of the votes casted. Affiliates of the session, the Zambian youth are taking about 61% of the Zambian population. Definitely, if they're not given opportunity to speak what they think or rather participate in the civic and political space, definitely the process or rather the requirements of the process would definitely be met. Affiliates of the session, it would be unwise for us definitely to exclude the youth if they are fulfilling, rather coming to bring the electoral process into completion. Affiliates of the session, members of the House, conclusively, allow me to say young people, or rather the youth, are good at mobilization. I want to take an example of what the President herself said, that the youth are rioting. What does that indicate? Affiliates of the session is the hunger that young people have for civic and political space that lets them to involve themselves in political violence. Why not other forms of violence, but why political violence? Because they are hungry for political and civic space. Affiliates of the session, you need to understand that why are the young people being used in different forms of mobilization when it comes to different dissemination of information. Young and Talented itself has come on board and what this event that we're attending today. Why? Because they are perfect at mobilization. Dignified associates of the session, we need to realize that young people or rather organizations are coming on board to bring about young people together. Why? Because they are perfect to suit the civic and political engagement or rather political and civic affairs. Affiliates of the session, I'm a girl who back from Sunrise to Sunday, but in the interest of time, allow me to say communal problems require communal solutions. Affiliates of the session, trying to be a leader of Zambia, trying to aspire in peace, unity and stability. In the same manner, peace, unity and stability. But before I step down, allow me to take back the gratitude, the honor to whom it is due. This will be the adjudicators of the session and the organizers of the session. Allow me to say, I beg to step down.
One Zambia, one nation. Once the wise man said, time schools us all. So bonfire and need affiliates of a station. My duty here as the Vice President is to be successfully ordained as I see my auditorium interested to hear what the Vice President of the opposing country or the opposing party has prepared for them. So bonfire and need affiliates of a station. A diplomatic advocate like I will always remember to pass his undergraduate to the utmost zero pretenders, because he will always be a diplomatic advocate on behalf of the world of intellect and debate. And these are as follows. The highly conferred certificates, you, I bow. My vitamin 10%, I salute. My tick time will say, tick time taken too much my person on the podium of intellect. Or should I simply say, all ceremonial codes of conduct be highly observed. The formal proposal that has brought so much imposition in the deliberative of assembly has been resolved that a youth to be allowed to participate in the civic political spaces. End of quote. So bonfire and lead affiliates of a session, I as the Vice President of the opposing party, I drastically oppose the stipulated motion with the following arguments. Youths copy the lifestyle from the Western countries, which makes them vindictive violence for no reason, showing me that I'm not just a speaker who speaks from without but from within. Allow me to quote from the famous Zoom who was just arrested for brutally insulting the head of state for no reason. Bonfire need a philosopher-station. Just to give more light on my point, allow me to ask the auditorium a simple question. Members of the House, if we were to take the straw in the prison cells, you will bear with me that 81.3% of the prisoners are the youths, which give the youths a criminal record. So bonfire indeed, a philosopher session. Remember that if these youths were to be put in the civic and political spaces, they will have influence and give country, but one find indeed a philosopher session just because of the same criminal records and behavior. They won't be taken seriously because people will be seeing a criminal in that leader. One find indeed a philosopher session. Remember that these youths are the same key drivers of illicit behavior. So one find indeed a philosopher session. Allow me to show you that I'm not just a speaker who speaks from without but from within. Allow me to quote from an interesting event that took place in Lusaka City, Woodland Stadium, where our two famous musicians, Changana K, held a show. The following day, bonfire and did a philosopher session. The police received over 5,000 reports of stolen phones and over 2,000 used condoms were found around the area. Bonfire and did a philosopher session. This clearly shows that youths are number one, thieves, and they cannot be trusted in public offices. Number two, it clearly shows that youths have immoral behavior, and with such kind of behavior, one find indeed a philosopher session, if they want to be put in to practice or to participate in the civic political spaces, they won't be working with what the preamble of the Constitution states, which says Zambia is a Christian nation. So one find indeed a philosopher session. Remember that technology, rather social media, has really deteriorated the youth capacity in the 21st century. So one find indeed a philosopher session. We, as the opposing party, took a research which clearly showed that the youths, out of 18.3 million of Zambia's population, 9 million are always active on a daily basis. So one find indeed a philosopher session. Our statistics shows that half of it are youths, which mathematically equates to 75%. So one find indeed a philosopher session. Remember that these youths learn their politics online in the comfort of their homes. So one find indeed a philosopher session. This gives the youth lack of experience, social experience and political experience. With such kind of behavior, do you think they should participate in the civic and political spaces? No! One find indeed a philosopher session. If you were to put them to participate just because you want them to gain experience, that will be a wastage of time and to delay our country's development. So one find indeed a philosopher session. We, as the opposing party, we do not want our country to develop in a slow manner just because you have to put people who are inexperienced. Why not leave the politics to people who are experienced? So one find indeed a philosopher session. My obliged duty as the vice president of the opposing party has been successfully ordained, which was simply to educate, advocate, entertain, enlighten. Hence, I rest my case in the house of debate in peace. By the business in the house, before our great nation called Zambia became what it is, or before we became an independent nation, what if I dignified the business decision? We were wrangling, we were struggling under the clouds of the blanket of colonialism. Qualified, dignified the business of the house. I want to quote from an English expert that shows to say most of our profound and highly estimated, highly rated politicians, or rather freedom fighters that we have in the country, where youths were fighting for freedom. Qualified, dignified, the business of the session, quoting from an English expert, beginning of quotation. Kenneth David Chaucer's biography. In the year 1951, he became organizing Secretary General of the province. Henceforth, in the year 1953, 11th October, he assumed office of being the General